I don't know who I am anymore. As it stands now, I've been making video content of some sort for over half my life, and I'm lucky enough that that has turned into my career path, but it also muddies the waters a bit of what is enjoyment and what is work anymore. And I got to the point where a few months ago, I had to just take a step back and try to reconsider if this was something I even enjoyed doing at all anymore, or if I was just doing it because it's kind of what I've always done and what I know how to do and know that I'm decent at. And that was really good for me, and a lot of things were discovered in that period of about 2 months where I just completely didn't even think about filming any new videos. I wasn't editing anything. I wasn't even coming up with ideas. I was fully checked out of making video stuff. And in that time, I really lost who I was, because who I thought I was being questioned for the first time in over a decade. That's kind of a scary thing, because that's all I've ever known as far as my adult life. And even when I was a kid growing up, I loved messing with cameras and making little home videos or taking a disposable camera on a vacation. It's always kind of played a role in my life, and for the first time that got stumbled a little bit, and I wasn't sure what I was doing. And more so, I didn't know why I was doing it anymore. I didn't know if it was something I truly enjoyed doing anymore, or if it was just something I kept doing. And so I took this content break with the hopes that it would just kind of re-spark the fire again. But that's not what happened. Oddly enough, it kind of felt good to not worry about making anything, because I think I realized how much of what I was making, I was only making because I felt like I should make stuff still, instead of in years past where I was just making stuff because I really wanted to. In the last year to 2 years, it more just felt like it was something that I was always gonna do, but not necessarily something that I enjoyed doing anymore. And especially because it has become my full-time career, that gets even harder to differentiate, because now I'm doing it all the time and I'm getting paid to do it, but it makes doing it in my own time and on my own projects a lot less fun. And so I'm taking this content hiatus of trying to rediscover who I am and just learn who I am without video as the backbone of my sense of self. And my girlfriend gave me the idea to start a list of things to do, interests, hobbies, whatever you want to call it. Just a big list of things, some of which are things that I've always wanted to try. Some of the things are things I have tried before. And most of the list, honestly, is things that I've never even considered trying or never thought I would enjoy. So we compiled this list of, at this point, it's over 70 different things to try. And the idea is to just try them to the point where it was literally, let's add them to a wheel, you spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, you try it. And my brain, being the brain that I've trained it to be for over half my life, immediately got a spark to turn this into content, which I know is a little counterintuitive to the point of all of this, of trying to rediscover who I am and know who I am without content. But for the first time in a long time, I felt so excited to work on content. And so we add these things to a wheel. The idea is to spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, I try that thing. And now a small addition to that is that I'm documenting the journey along the way. But a big piece of this is that I didn't want it to just turn into another content project. I didn't want this to be something that I am doing solely to make content out of. So I'm trying really hard this time to make the content piece of it, the documentation process of it, a second or even third priority in this process. And one of the big ways I'm doing that is that I'm not putting any challenge around trying these hobbies. I'm not trying a hobby for 7 days or trying a hobby for 30 days or learning to skateboard until I can learn how to kickflip. All of that is so counter to what I want this to be. So when I'm trying a hobby, the video will end when I decide whether or not I like that hobby. Just simple as that. So sometimes that might be trying something for 3 days and absolutely deciding that I do not want to continue doing this. And sometimes it might take 2-3 months of trying something to really make a decision on it. But the point is to just really go in with an open mind, whatever that wheel lands on. Just go into it, try it, really be in it and see how it makes me feel. And I'm sure you're wondering, well, then why the hell are you documenting it if that is so against what you're trying to do here? The first answer being, I think it is really motivating for me to really push myself to actually try these hobbies and stuff if there is the principle of I'm turning this into a project that other people are going to see, and I want to be able to put out consistent content. So it does motivate me and push me to actually do the things instead of just staying in my old ways and continuing with the couple hobbies that I have that I don't even know if I enjoy doing. A second part of that is that documenting things can help other people. I'm sure I am not alone in feeling this way, especially if you have a hobby that has turned into a career. I'm sure you're feeling a similar way to me. And maybe you have a completely different life path than me, but are still feeling like you don't have that sense of self and you don't know what it is that you truly enjoy doing. And I think documenting this and being so transparent in this process can be helpful to people. And showing all the random different things I'm doing might spark an interest in somebody that had no clue they wanted to try that thing, and now they do because they saw my video about it. And I think a third piece of documenting it for me is that it helps me really reflect on doing the thing. I'm able to sit down and talk to a camera immediately while I'm in the process of doing the thing to really talk out my feelings about it, talk pros and cons of this I enjoy, this I don't enjoy, and it makes it a lot easier to know where I'm at with a hobby instead of just like brute forcing it and probably hating it because of that, or not being able to reflect on it very much because I'm just kind of doing it idly. And then the last piece is, what do I hope to get from this? What is my end game here? Obviously, it's cool to have a structured and very non-structured long form series on YouTube of something that is all over the place genre-wise, but also is cohesive enough as a series that I'm feeling really good about it from a YouTube content perspective. But like I've said, that's not my main priority. That's just like a small additional benefit of this. The main takeaway I'm trying to get, the main goal at hand here is I'm trying to find what I enjoy doing. I'm trying to find who Avery really is and who Avery is without cameras, without editing software. I'm trying to figure out what really sparks that thing for me that maybe I don't care to make into another career path. Maybe I just want to enjoy it for me. And it might take 3 spins on the wheel to get there. It might take 300 spins on the wheel to get there. But I'm really excited at the process of spinning that wheel and seeing what I'm going to try next and being present in what I'm currently trying. I'm recording this as I've already done several wheel spins, and it's been a great experience so far, and I'm really excited to bring you along that journey. There will be videos coming out when they're done. I have no upload schedule, I have no deadlines, I have no length of videos I'm trying to make. There are no requirements content-wise on this, but I'm going to be documenting it, and whatever I end up documenting for each thing, a lot of these videos are going to be looking very different from one another, but there is that underlying string of what do I enjoy doing? What is it that truly sparks joy for me? And maybe I'll do all of this and discover that I come right back to making videos, and that'd be great, but I'm also very open to the idea that maybe video making is not something that I actually want to continue doing in my free time. So that's kind of where I'm at. I am very excited to start this journey and bring you on this journey that I've already started. And if you have any ideas for anything you think I might enjoy trying, or just something you enjoy doing, or something you've always wanted to try and you'd like to see somebody else try it for the first time, leave it in the comments below, and it'll get added to the wheel just like everything else. Also, I will still be uploading Mavetivity traditional content here and there, but this is kind of the new Mavetivity thing. I rebranded a little bit. Now it's movies, Aves, and activities. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I love movies, I'm Aves, and I'm gonna be doing all kinds of different activities. Some of them involving movies, some of them having nothing to do with movies, all of them having to do with me, which feels a little narcissistic, but I promise it's not. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, do the right thing, good vibes only, and never stop creating.